Meanwhile, we are tracking disturbing new details surrounding an early morning murder-suicide sparked by domestic violence.
We have learned that just 2 weeks ago, the victim called police saying her longtime boyfriend had thrown her to the floor during an argument. RTV6 reporter Jack Reinhardt joins us now with more on the crime and a brand new program that gives hope to victims and their abusers. Jack?
Erica, we're told that the victim in this case had made a decision to move out of the house. 75% of the domestic-related homicides occur after the victim has moved away from their abuser. Just 2 weeks ago, Metro Police launched a new citywide anti-domestic violence initiative called Baker One. At 12:32 a.m., Metro Police arrived in the 1300 block of South Worth. In the driveway, they found the bodies of 40-year-old Veronica Bailey and 43-year-old Jonathan Ogden. 2 weeks ago, police locked up Ogden for domestic battery. The couple had never married, but the gun violence ended a 20-year relationship.
Whoever knew the family, probably wouldn't see this coming, but some bad stuff would come from it, from the way he was when he drank.
Last year, Metro Police investigated more than 5,100 cases of domestic violence, and in 2012, domestic violence cases have increased by 12% in just the first 5 months of the year. Domestic violence has become a priority throughout IMPD. Every officer has received training in a project called Baker One, a program that targets victims and perpetrators alike. For victims, the program will ensure that abusers receive high bonds. Victims will get enhanced protection through protective orders and vigorous prosecution. And after trial, victims will get greater protection through enhanced accountability during periods of parole and probation. And perpetrators identified as Baker One offenders will face a citywide campaign of zero tolerance throughout the entire criminal justice system, for domestic violence down to routine traffic stops.
If they're going to get a ticket, they're going to get that ticket. They're not going to get a warning. Just to let you know, you're a Baker One person. We know your potential for violence. We know your potential for becoming danger, and we are going to be watching you every step of your way.
From now on, every officer who responds to a domestic violence call must fill out this information sheet. The form takes note of the victim's and suspect's demeanor, if there were actual violence, threats, or weapons used, and it keeps a running inventory of previous calls. In Charlotte, Mecklenburg, North Carolina, this program has cut the number of repeat calls of domestic violence by 98%. Jack Reinhardt, RTV6.
Thank you, Jack. And there are several resources you can turn to if you're in a domestic violence situation. You can call the Domestic Violence Network of Greater Indianapolis at 317-926-4357 or the Indiana Coalition Against Domestic Violence at 1-800-332-7385 or 205-4673.